Chicken, lay a little egg for me.
So I just thought I'd film a little video about something I was confused about even after I went vegan, and that was why you wouldn't eat backyard chicken eggs. So I've had a few people ask me this, and initially I didn't really know the answer. Like, I knew that I personally wouldn't eat them ever, but I didn't really have a response as to why. If the chickens were, you know, happy and treated right, because they're laying them anyway, so why wouldn't you eat them? But then I did a bit of research. So firstly, the actual buying of the chicks or hens for the backyard chickens both directly and financially supports hatcheries, and therefore like cruel practices such as debeaking and the killing of male chicks shortly after birth by suffocation, grinding them up alive, or gassing them. And even when these hens are rescued and not bought from these hatcheries, consuming backyard eggs still has some problems. So these hens have been selectively bred to produce unhealthy and unnatural amounts of eggs, from about 250 to 300 per year, which can lead to heaps of reproductive diseases and premature death. So most hens die due to complications in the egg laying process, living only about a third of their lifespan on average, if they're not slaughtered before this. So I looked into the complications and disorders that can happen in the reproductive tract, and they're extremely sad and painful and will cause a lot of suffering to these hens. So naturally, hens only produce eggs for reproduction, so they would only lay on average about 10 to 15 eggs per year, and they would only lay eggs until their nest was full. So by constantly removing the eggs, we're encouraging them to lay more, as they will lay eggs until their nest is full. So the laying of eggs is really straining and requires a lot of effort for the hen and her body, and causes a lot of nutrient loss, especially calcium. And if we weren't taking these eggs away, then the hens would actually consume the eggs themselves in a lot of cases. So if we weren't taking them away, they would be able to replace lost nutrients and wouldn't be laying more to fill their nest. So the way I like to think about it is laying of an egg is part of like the reproductive cycle. So imagine having your period for like 250 to 300 times per year, being genetically modified this way. Like, imagine how taxing that would be on your body. And if we didn't take these eggs away, the hens may lay less over time and consume some of them themselves if they're lucky enough. But many hens can't be rescued from the pain and suffering that has been inbred into them for the egg production industry. I also like to think about it like if it was any other animal, any other bird, like, I don't know, a duck or some kind of reptile, we wouldn't feel the need to take the abandoned or unfertilized eggs. So I think that it's not really an issue of food wasting, but rather one of cultural conditioning.